Transfer said, this is the response. So, good morning. Sorry about the challenges that we are experiencing, but we are recording this so that you can later on have access to it and enjoy the lesson. So today we are talking about the second box, which is design a customer-driven marketing strategy. Last week we looked at understanding the marketplace, customer needs and wants. And so with design a customer-driven marketing strategy, we looked at how to define our market or who to select as customers. And we said we could use various variables such as demographics, geographics, psychographics to segment the market. And we gave a lot of examples. We also spoke about choosing a value proposition. That means that the company must benefit from the company must benefit from the differentiation or positioning strategies that it tries to adapt. So the question is, what would you do differently from what your competitors are doing? And the third thing in the box is to choose or to look at the various marketing management philosophies. Kotler talked about 5 alternative marketing management philosophies. And this morning we are going to look at them. The first one is the production concept. The production concept. And it states that consumers will favor products that are highly available and highly affordable. Now, which products, in your opinion, do you think are highly available and highly affordable? Can you think of some examples of products that are highly available and highly affordable? There are some products that are available, but they are not affordable. There are some that are affordable, but they are not available. But in this case, we are talking about products that are both available and affordable, and we call it the production concept. The second one is the product concept, and it states that consumers will favor products that offer the most in quality, performance, and innovative features. Consumers will favor products that offer the most in quality, performance, and innovative features. Can you also think of some examples of products that offer the most in quality, performance, and innovative features? The third one is the selling concept. And here it says that consumers will not buy products unless manufacturers or service providers embark on a large-scale promotional effort. Consumers will not buy companies' products unless the company undertakes a large promotional effort. These goods are known as unsought goods. Can you think of examples? For example, insurance. How many of us will voluntarily go and renew our insurance had it not been for the police that will be out there to catch us? How many of us will just go to donate blood if we are not pressurized or asked to do that? These goods are called unsought goods. The next one is the marketing concept. And it says that achieving organizational goals depends on knowing the needs and wants of our target market and delivering the desired satisfaction better than our competitors do. And that is what marketing is all about, trying to satisfy our customers better than our competitors. The next one, which I find very interesting, is the societal marketing concept. Societal marketing concept. And it questions whether the pure marketing concept overlooks possible conflict between consumer short-term wants and consumer long-term welfare. So there are three underlying factors here. We have society, in brackets, human welfare. We have company, in brackets, want profit. And then we have consumer, in brackets, want satisfaction. So the question here is that, is there a conflict between gaining profit and also satisfying long-term welfare of society? Of us do things at the expense of society. We do things because we want profit. We can do all sorts of things because we want profit. So I tell the story of a woman who was diabetic and was asked to religious up until finally this woman died. Her children, still not satisfied, out of curiosity, took a sample, asked the daughter to conduct some test on her, and they found, they took a sample of the honey to the laboratory and found out that it was melted foam with sugar. How sad. How sad. How can we do this to our fellow human beings because of money? So then this woman was, in actual fact, taking melted foam and sugar and not honey as her children suspected. So we do all sorts of things at the expense of human welfare. We even go to the extent of losing lives or trying to make people die or creating health hazards because of human welfare. Not long ago, we heard of plantain chips that was being fried with a rubber bag or plastic or something to that effect. And the reason being that it was to make it crispy and not flatten. But plastic bag at the expense of human welfare. So there's a conflict between what consumers want in the short term and what they want in the long term, that is seeking their human welfare. So the concept says that do we overlook this possible conflict, or do we ensure that societal welfare is paramount? So there was also a company called Johnson and Johnson in the US that used to produce Tylenol. In the early 80s, Johnson and Johnson produced Tylenol, and a lot of people died from taking the Tylenol. It was recorded that cyanide had been poured onto the Tylenol, and it created a lot of chaos in the market. Immediately, Johnson and Johnson heard of this. They quickly recalled all their products, despite the fact that they had invested thousands and hundreds of dollars into the product. They quickly recalled all their products from the market, and that increased their clientele base. Why? Because they won the trust and the confidence of their clientele. If you were the manager or the CEO of Johnson and Johnson, what would you have done? I think this is food for thought for all of us to think about. If you were really the manager of Johnson and Johnson, what would you have done? Would you have considered the fact that you had invested so much and therefore the product should sell, or you would do the honorable by calling off the drugs or the medication from the market? The third box states that design a marketing program that delivers two values. Design a marketing program that delivers superior value. So here we are going to look at the 4 Ps and the 7 Ps. The 4 Ps is usually used by manufacturing companies, and it is known as the traditional marketing mix, whilst the 7 Ps is used by the service industry, and it is known as the extended marketing mix. So what is the traditional marketing mix? Like I said earlier, it's made up of the 4 Ps, namely product, price, place, and promotion. Product, price, place, and promotion. So what is a product? What is a product? Can you think of what a product is, and can you cite examples of products? We said that a product is anything tangible that is offered to a market to satisfy a need or a want. Anything you can touch, you can feel, you can handle. Anything that is tangible. So cite your examples. Anything you can touch, you can feel, you can handle is a product. The second one is price. What is price? It's the amount of money that is put on a product, or the cost of a product, or the value of a product is the price of the product. Place, it has to do with distribution channels or distribution networks or locations where the product can be found or accessed. Place, distribution network. How does the company distribute their products or their services? Where can one find the product? Location. How can one have access to the product? Place. Then promotion, that is means of publication or means of communication. How is the product communicated to the consumer or the customer? How can the product be accessed by the customer? What are the means of communication? Is it by TV? Is it by radio? Is it by billboard? Social media? How is the product communicated to? This is what we mean by the 4 Ps or the traditional marketing mix. Products, price, place, and promotion. Then we move on to the extended marketing mix, which is made up of the 7 Ps and is usually used by the service industry. 7 Ps. 4 Ps inclusive, the traditional marketing mix inclusive. We have said that that is made up of the products, the price, the place, and promotion. So with the 7 Ps, we add 3 more Ps. And so the fifth one is people. The fifth P is people. And here we are talking about all human actors who play a part in the service delivery. All human actors. Shakespeare says that the world is a stage. We each come, play our part, and bow out gracefully. So in the service industry, we all play a part. We are all actors. We all play a role in the service delivery. And this is influenced, or this influences the buyer's perception. How well or how bad we play our role determines whether the buyer will come back to make more purchase or will not come back. So remember that if you are in the service industry, you are an actor. You are a human actor playing a part in the service delivery. You have been given a script and a part to play. You must play it well so that your customer will be excited. And this is influenced by our appearance, by our speech, and by our behavior. So that brings us to dressing. How do we dress? How do we appear? You see, when we talk about products, they are tangible. We can see, we can feel, we can handle. If you go into a shop to buy a tangible product, you can look at it, you can touch it, you can feel it, you can examine it. And upon all that, arrive at a decision that, yes, I want the product. But if you enter a service industry, you can't see, you can't touch, you can't feel. And therefore, there are certain cues that come to play. How the service provider is dressed will really influence the buyer's perception. So, as a service provider, how do you dress? How do you communicate through appearance to your consumer or your customer? What are the things that you wear? You work in a bank. What are the things? How do you dress? How do you communicate? The person coming to the bank cannot see your service, will look at the way you have dressed and make a decision as to whether to trust you with his money or not to trust you with his money. How does your dressing communicate or send a message to the buyer? What are the colors you wear? You are in communication. You have decided to be a journalist. There are some things that it's a no-no. You don't have to dress like that. You don't have to wear spaghetti tops. You are going to conduct an interview of a very prominent person in society, and then you wear clothes that are so revealing. What are you communicating? That I'm available. It says a lot and sends a lot of unspoken messages. So your dressing is number one. My young ladies, our dressing, our dressing. Sometimes we wear things without wearing underwear and we are just walking around. We come for lectures and we are wearing slippers as if we are going to the market. We don't brand ourselves in any way. We wear all those skimpy things we wear at home and bring it to lectures. I remember during last one of our graduation ceremony, there was a lady who was virtually naked. The question I ask is, did she not come from home? Was there nobody to tell her that you are improperly dressed? What are you looking for by dressing that way? You dress that way to particular places, but not to a graduation ceremony where you are virtually naked. Please, communication, dressing, speech. How do you talk? How do you talk? Some of us don't know how to talk. We are in communication. You may not mean wrong, but your choice of words. How do you talk? You are going to conduct an interview. How do you put your words together? How do you communicate? When do you say what? For some of us, please, thank you, sorry, are not part of our vocabulary. Speech. And yes, we are in service. And finally, behavior. How do you behave? Some of us are unruly, very, very unruly. You don't care who you are talking to. You don't care that the person is older. You just tell yourself, as for me, I say it as it is. Well, for today, you can say it as it is, but you may pay for it tomorrow. So speech, appearance, and behavior. So that is number 5. That has to do with people. Then we move on to process. Process. They are the actual procedures or mechanism and the flow of activities by which a service is rendered. So people, process, the flow of activity or the actual procedure or the mechanism by which a service is rendered. So if there's a rape case, what is the process? What's the procedure? Is it cumbersome or is very simple? Why is it that people don't report rape cases? Is it that the procedure is so cumbersome that they might as well sit at home? A thief comes to steal something from your house. You go to the police station to report. The police tell you to go and arrest the thief and bring him. Now, if you could do that, why go to the police? Process. So we must ensure that our services are simplified, are less cumbersome, that everybody would easily have access to that service. Everybody would easily have access to that procedure. I remember recently when we had to go for the Ghana card. I don't know whether I don't think the process was cumbersome, but people had to queue from dawn to God knows when. And there were people who felt that no, I wouldn't go through that. And so they didn't go for the Ghana card. Process, cumbersome. But some companies have also simplified their processes. For example, we had UT saying a loan in less than 48 hours. What other process can you think of? What other process can you think of that has been very simplified?
Maybe the technology way.
Of doing what? Okay, so mobile money, banking.
You have the app.
Yes.
You can easily send your money into your phone.
Yes, you can easily withdraw money if you have your phone, access technology, and withdraw money.
Right now, teaching a class.
And now we are doing online teaching, very, very simple and not as cumbersome as it used to be. Yeah. So some processes have been simplified. Then we also have physical evidence. We also have physical evidence as the 7th P. It is the environment in which the service is delivered. The environment in which the service is delivered. That is where the organization and the customer interact. Where the organization and the customer interact. And any tangible component that facilitates the performance of the service. Where the company and the customer interact, and any tangible component that facilitates the performance of the service. So physical evidence is very, very important. Our environment, the building, they all communicate to us, the tangibles in that environment. So you go into a reception, what are the things you expect to see? You expect to see a flat screen TV, maybe a swivel chair, a computer or a laptop, a modern one, of course, um, in a desk, in
a sign in and sign out.
a sign in and a sign out book. And in this COVID era, maybe you expect to see sanitizers and rubbing alcohol sprays all over the place. You expect to see ACs. You expect to see that the floor is tiled and spick and span. So physical, you expect to see maybe a dispenser with disposable cups. Physical evidence. What do you expect to see? In some organizations, you see footprints on the floor, communicating signage, and where you have to go, you see, how do you call it? Signs of designation. So you have the teller, you have the bank manager, you have the relationship manager, everything. Once you enter, you don't even need to ask anybody anything. Once you can read, you just stand there, you look around, and you can figure out where you have to go or what you have to do. And that's it. Physical evidence. Very, very important. And so in the service industry, the 7 P's are key. You need the 7 P's. And so that is how we design our marketing program to deliver superior value. We move on to the 4th box, which talks about building customer relationships and creating customer delight. Building customer relationships and creating customer delight. Have they been able to?
Yes, I'm sending them when you're done, I'll send them the link. So
Okay.
I'll just post it. When I'm doing the email for them, they're asking of them.
So building customer relationships and creating customer delight. So under that, we look at customer relationship as the first concept. And we said that is the overall process of building and maintaining profitable customer relationships by delivering superior value and satisfaction. So it's the overall process of building and maintaining superior value, building and maintaining profitable customer relationships by delivering superior value and satisfaction. It delivers all aspects. It delivers or it deals with all aspects of acquiring, keeping, and growing customers. It deals with all aspects of acquiring, keeping, and growing customers. Customer relationship. I think we spoke about it earlier on, that we must learn to build relationships with our customers. And we must not just learn to build them, we must learn to grow and to maintain and sustain those relationships. So customer relationship or customer relations is very, very crucial when it comes to marketing or creating customer delight. The second one is relationship with selected customers. Companies are very selective and they are now targeting very few and profitable customers. And this is called selective relationship management. Companies are selective and they are now targeting fewer and profitable customers. Now, everybody is in business to make profits. We are not in business to waste time. So I must be able to build a niche of profitable customers and deal with them. And this is what the banks are doing. Very profitable customers. If you are not profitable, yes, they will deal with you, but they won't really invest so much in you. Very profitable customers. And they pamper them. They give them loans, they make sure they give them facilities. I mean, now can you imagine that the banks are chasing
customers all over to come for a loan. Gone were the days when customers will chase the bank for a loan. Now it is vice versa. The banks are rather chasing customers for a loan because that customer is profitable. They know they can get an interest rate from you. You will pay. And that is what makes you profitable. Not because they like you so much, but because of what they will get from you. Another one is long-term relationship. Companies have just gone beyond attracting and growing and keeping into building long-term relationships. So companies are looking for having a relationship of 10, 20, 30 years with clients. 10, 20, 30 years with clients. So that is what we call the lifetime value of a client. They look at you today, they realize, oh, today you are 20, you may not be earning much, but they look at the future, they project into the future, they have foresight, they know that you are a student of GIJ, you are a potential student, you are a graduate, potential graduate, and very soon you will make millions. And therefore, if they cut your friendship today, they will make a lot of money in the near future. And that is what companies are looking out for. Long-term relationships. Most of us are not able to build long-term relationships. We are so myopic. We just want the returns today. We want to make quick returns today. And that is it. No, but we must be able to build long-term relationship. Today you are buying credits worth 5 cedis, but very soon you start buying 10 cedis, you start buying 20 cedis, you start buying 30 cedis. That is what we are talking about. Looking at the potential of a customer and courting the friendship of that customer. And it is known as the lifetime value of a customer. Then another one is delighting customers. Still under building customer relationship and creating customer delight. Delighting customers. What does that mean? It has to do with exceeding customer expectation. Exceeding our customer expectation. That is making the customer extremely happy. That is customer delight, making the customer extremely happy. Some companies have been able to do that. I hear MTN and Vodafone sometimes give their customers birthday cake on their birthdays. Is that true?
Yes, that is very true.
Yeah.
They'll send you a message, then by the time you realize, they'll bring it to you.
I also know that they give some people airtime, free airtime to their loyal customers. Hey, Vodafone, I'm yet to receive mine. I have been with Vodafone for God knows how long. I have been a loyal and faithful customer, and therefore I am also waiting to be delighted. But can you imagine your surprise and your excitement on your birthday? Maybe you have even forgotten it's your birthday, and you get a call saying happy birthday from MTN or Vodafone, and we are at your door and we have a cake for you. Wow. That would really, really be exciting, and that would delight the customer. I'm sure that customer will stay with MTN forever and tell others about MTN. Yes, to delighting customers. Finally, we go to the faith box. The faith box, which talks about capturing value from customers. Capturing value from customers. Under that, we have creating customer loyalty and retention. Creating customer loyalty and retention. So the aim of a customer relationship is not just to create customer satisfaction, but customer delight. It's not just to create customer satisfaction, but customer delight. Why? Because losing a customer means more than losing one sale. Sometimes we tend to treat customers anyhow, thinking that, oh, they can take their money, they can go, I don't care. Because if I lose you, I have just lost one person. But that is not the case. If you lose one customer, you have lost more than one sale. Can you understand that? Just imagine if you lose one customer who buys from you every day 5 cedis. Let's even take that on the average. He buys 5 cedis worth of goods from you every day. And then you lose that customer. What does it mean? It means that per week you have lost 35 cedis. Per month you have lost 140 Ghana. Per year, how much have you lost? 140 by 12. And if that customer is young and has enough productive working years, you can imagine how much you would have lost from that customer. And not just that customer, but all others that that customer will dissuade from buying from. So losing one customer means more than losing one sale, but rather a series of purchases that customer will make over a lifetime. Series of purchases that customer will make over a lifetime. This is known as, like I said earlier on, the lifetime value of customer. Now, finally, you build the right relationships with the right customers. Build the right relationships with the right customers. And customers or companies should manage their customers very well. And they should make sure that these customers are maximized to the optimum. They have been classified as follows based on profitability. 1, strangers. There are customers who show little profitability and little loyalty. Can you imagine? Little profitability, little loyalty. So how do we manage them as marketers? You don't invest anything in them. Little profitability, little loyalty. They pass by, they buy one sachet of water. How much profit can you make from one sachet of water? And they don't even come every day. Once in a while, they pass by, they buy one sachet of water. We call them strangers because they show little loyalty and little profitability. Another group we call butterflies. What are the characteristics of a butterfly? Think about it. They are profitable, but they are not loyal. They are profitable, but they are not loyal. They enjoy for a while, and then they leave. So yes, they are profitable. When they come, they will buy a lot of things, but they hardly come. And when they come, they will spend money, but you won't see them in a long while. Why? Because they are butterflies. They fly from one place to the other. They suck the nectar from one place to the other. So our strategy as marketers is to enjoy them whilst they last, whilst they have life, and whilst they have money. We scoop the money out of them. Then we have true friends. They are both profitable and loyal.
They are like melancholics. They stick, faithful friends. They are profitable. They will buy, and they will always come to you to buy. Even when they have problems with you, they will still come and buy. So for such group of people, the company should nurture them and make sure that the company should nurture them and make sure that the company should nurture them and ensure that they grow. Then the last group are called barnacles. They are called barnacles. They are highly loyal, but they are not profitable. They will come and buy every day, but they are not profitable. They won't buy much. They are the people who will create problems for you. When they have change, 10 pesos, they will wait for it. Meanwhile, what they are buying is 5 pesos. And they are asking for their change. They will wait for it. They are faithful, but there are people who are very problematic. They are faithful, but they are very problematic. They can't pay their charges. For example, when you go to the bank, you see them. They are usually the pensioners. Excuse me. Sorry to use them as an example, but there are some pensioners that they don't want the bank to even deduct a dime. So they don't have accounts. They just let their pension pass through the bank. And they will take everything and not leave a dime. Barnacle. So these are the various categories of customers that we have. And as marketers, we must learn to manage them. In conclusion, let's look at the new marketing landscape. The marketing landscape has taken a new phase. Things have changed, and now with the COVID, everything has changed. Things have changed technology, and now with the COVID, we can't live without technology. So there are factors that have shaped the marketing landscape. The first one is a new digital age or technology. It has created new and exciting ways to learn about and track our customers. Everybody has gone high tech. Whether you like it or not, you have to. So it has changed the way we make business. It has changed the way we do a lot of things. Even teaching, we have no choice. We have to go online. Even meetings, we have no choice. We have to go online. Now the face-to-face interaction is a thing of the past. So the new marketing, the new digital age has really, really changed the face of marketing. You can think of meetings, think of online. Think of weddings, sometimes it's even online. It's only the bride and the groom and a few people who will be there, and everybody has to join online. Funeral, online. And we also have to be very careful because some of us don't know how to use the apps, and then we create a lot of wahala. I don't want to tell you of something I saw, but it was in bad taste because somebody was having a funeral and had sent the Zoom link to everybody. And the people didn't know that they had put their camera on. I had to call the lady and tell her that please alert those people that their cameras are on. What I saw, I didn't want to see. And they didn't even know, the sad aspect was they didn't even know that their cameras were on. So we have to be careful with the online, the video conferencing, the Zoom, the cameras being on, all of that. The new digital age has brought about a rapid change in our landscape. Another reason is the rapid globalization. Now, the world is a global market, so everything is being done communal, as if we live in one big world. And it helps us to connect with partners and marketers easily. Then there's also the call for ethics and social responsibility. We are being asked to re-examine the relationships that we have with our society. And because of that, we are embarking on social responsibility. That means that giving back to society what society has given to us. So can you think of examples of social responsibility, corporate social responsibility? We used to have a lot in our society. We have the Milo Marathon, Zane Touching Lights, Vodafone Helpline. We have
MTN to reaching out.
MTN, etc. So many social responsibility activities. So that is also a call that is going on. The last one is that there's also growth of not-for-profit. 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 Now, marketing strategies are being used by all organizations. A lot of organizations that are not-for-profit. For example, churches, schools, hospitals. They were initially not-for-profit, but now here we find ourselves. Everything is being used for profit. The churches are embarking on marketing strategies and advertising strategies as if they are business entities. The schools, the hospitals, and all these people have strategized and modernized their proposals in order to attract more members and donors. So based on today's challenges, we can say that companies must take into account building relationships, especially. The face of marketing has changed completely. Like I said, we have moved from a one-off transaction into relationship building. If you are in business and you are not building relationships, then you are doomed. Don't take it for granted that the buyers will come. They won't come. You must go out there and build relationships. So this brings us to the end of the lecture. I hope that next time our lecture will be more interactive and all of you can join, and so that we can have a fruitful discussion. I wish you all the best, and we will meet next week. Have a good weekend and stay free from COVID-19. Ensure that you observe all the protocols, and above all, wear your mask, because I want to see all of you alive. Enjoy the weekend. Bye for now. Bye.